My name is Michelle, and I'm going to be leading you today in a 30-minute power yoga practice. Power just meaning sustaining postures for longer periods of time. As always, do what feels good to you and within your body. Stay for a couple of seconds, come out of the posture. Just always protect and honor your body's wisdom. There should never be pain. And maybe just see if you can find an edge, exploring a little bit of an edge, right? You might want some props. I do have a couple of blocks. But again, this is only a 30-minute practice, so we're just going to head right into it, all right? So find a comfortable seat. And that could be on a block or a cushion. That could be on the earth below. Just finding a way to settle into this space. Noticing sensation, noticing the fluctuations of the mind, the body. Allowing your awareness to be present here now within this particular moment. If you'd like to close the eyes or soften the gaze, allowing awareness to turn inward. Placing the hands with the palms facing the sky on the knees or on the thighs for a more energetic practice today. Or if you'd like a more grounded experience, consider flipping the palms to face down. Honoring your specific intention in this moment, in this time. Feeling the sits bones as they root, the spine grows long, the crown reaches up toward the sky, rooting down to rise up. Shoulders move up toward ears on an inhale. Release the shoulders with the exhale, softening away from the ears. Beginning to bring your awareness to your breath as you notice inhalations and the exhalations, the ebb, the flow, moving through the body. The belly fills on an inhale. The side body receives the breath as the ribs expand outward and all the way into the chest. Slight movement of the collarbone. And releasing the breath, emptying the container from the chest to the ribs and to the belly space. Breathing in to fill the belly, expanding away. All four sides receive. Side body opens to expand. And the chest, the heart space, opening wide. Holding that breath at the top. Taking another sip as you fill this container to release with an exhale. And as you continue this breath, this is Dirga breath. I'll invite you to cultivate an intention. Perhaps that intention is one of gratitude, weaving the emotions, the sensation of gratitude within the practice for the body, for the way that it moves, for the earth as it holds the body. To allow that feeling, that vibration of gratitude to permeate within the practice, noticing sensation or noticing any differences that may make in your experience. If that intention doesn't resonate, feel free to let it go, connecting to something more meaningful, more interesting to you. Allowing a few more breaths here as we begin to land into the practice. Filling the container full inhale. And releasing, noticing the letting go within the body. One more deep intentional breath in through the space of the belly, the side body, and all the way through the heart center. Pausing at the top to take another sip of breath to fill the space. One more sip to release with a sigh, with a sound as you release Dirga breath. Allowing the eyes to stay closed or soften as you sweep hands out to sides, hands rise and fly overhead. Palms coming toward one another, exhale. Lengthening through fingers, arms are long, fingertips move down. Inhale, hands rise, float. Palms coming toward one another. And exhale to feel that release. Inhale, hands rise to the sky, the palms coming together this time to touch. To release the hands to Anjali Mudra, tracing the face along the way with the thumbs, the forehead, the third eye, the nose, the mouth, the chin, rest at the heart. Taking a moment to invite that intention of gratitude, feeling that sensation permeate the body. Taking a deep breath in to invite and exhale, release the breath with a sigh, with a sound. Sweep hands out to sides, hands rise, fly. Left hand holds on to right wrist, grow body long. Exhale, arc to your left, look up and over that right shoulder, that right elbow. Feel that side body on the right side fill and expand with breath. As you exhale, feel that arc shape. Both sits bones remain on the earth. Inhale, hands rise. Exhale, cactus arms open. Gaze lifts, heart opens wide, softening the face. Reach hands up to sky. Right hand holds onto left wrist, grow body long. Root down to rise up. Exhale. Arc to your left, look up in, or arc to your right. Look up and over that left elbow, that left bicep, and breathe into the left side body. Taking a deep breath in. To breathe out, feeling that arc shape. That left sit bone remains on the earth. Breathing in, hands sweep to sky. Release the grip, sweep hands or twist body, look over left shoulder. Rooting down in the sits bone. Right hand might want to hold on to the shin or the thigh or the knee, upper knee on the left side. Lengthen through the crown. Deepen the twist on the exhale. One more deep breath in. Feel crown reach towards sky. Breathe out, twist. Breathe in, sweep hands overhead. Breathe out to the other side. Left hand to right thigh, grow long through spine. Breathe out, deepen, twist. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to deepen. Breathe in, hands sweep to sky, and breathe out to heart center. Send legs out long, maybe a little wiggle or a shake. Keeping the knees in a micro bend, untuck flesh from the bottoms of the sits bones. Feel that rooting sensation, that connection with the earth. The arms grow towards sky. Biceps to ear. Exhale, hinge at hips. Keep a flat back. Lengthening through spine. Take a deep breath. Exhale, one more hinge with that flat back shape. Finding your edge here as you smooth out the edge with the breath. Take a deep breath in to fill. Feel the body expand and explore. As you exhale, melt the body all the way toward legs, forehead toward shins. Hands can hold on to bottoms of feet, two big toes with the peace fingers. Take a couple of breaths here. Melt the navel toward the thighs. Bring the forehead toward the shins. Notice breath traveling into the back of the body. Exhale, release breath. Inhale, look up toward toes. Walk the hands up the shins and then bring the hands directly behind the body. Fingers pointed inward, hands underneath shoulders. Fingers are spread wide. Open the heart. Option to stay here or lift the tail, bring the toes forward and bring the hip bones up towards sky. Taking a few breaths. Noticing places in the body where you may be holding, finding release there. Press the earth away with the hands. Feel the shape. Inviting that sense of gratitude within this particular shape. And noticing what that feels like. Honoring your neck. One more deep breath in to reach hip bones towards sky. Exhale, release slowly. Melt body toward the legs, reaching forward, hands toward feet or sides of legs. Inhale, lift gaze. Cross the ankles, ankle over ankle, roll forward, find your way into tabletop pose. Giving a little wiggle or a little shake of the tail, maybe looking over the right shoulder, looking over the left shoulder, finding a few micro movements here. Spreading the fingers wide, take a deep breath, lift the gaze, lift the tail, drop the belly. Breathe out, tuck the chin, tuck the tail around the back. So press the earth away. Breathing in, lift tail, lift gaze, belly drops. And find that tuck shape. Neutral tabletop position, tuck toes, send tail up and back, downward facing dog. Give a pedal to the feet. Lengthen through the spine, that spine reaching to the back of the room. Lengthen. As you exhale, roll forward to find plank pose. Inhale, send the tail up and back, find that downward facing dog. Release head, release neck. Exhale, plank. Firm belly, strong arms, full breath. Inhale, tail moves up and back. And find that exhale as you find plank pose. Hold here. Lengthening through spine, reach crown forward, heels back. Option to bend elbows 2 inches. Hover. Finding a low plank. Squeeze those elbows into ribs. Press body back into plank pose. Send tail up and back for downward facing dog. Walk feet up to meet hands. Finding a forward fold, hold on to opposite elbows, melt navel toward thighs, bring forehead toward chin. Option to bring hands behind the body, clasp, or wrap the hands around the thighs or the backs of the knees. Bringing the chin to the chest, allow the crown to reach toward the earth. Deep breath into the back body. And releasing with a sigh, with a sound. Release the hands to the earth. Slide the hands up the shins for a halfway lift. Maybe the hands reach to blocks. The crown is moving away from the tail, so find a flat back. Exhale, fold the body. Bend the knees, bring the biceps to the ears, Utkatasana chair pose. All 4 corners of the feet onto the earth, tuck the tail. We're going to find a few moments in this shape. Lengthen through fingers. Deepening the breath, cultivating that sense of gratitude for whichever your shape looks like. Coming in, coming out. Deepening. Finding lightness. Option to roll to the tips of the toes as you lift the heels and sink the tail. Lengthening through those fingers. Firm the belly. Notice the inward experience. Exhale, release hands to heart center. Press through the feet and rise. Find mountain pose with hands at Anjali Mudra. Close the eyes or soften the gaze. Take a moment to go in, to feel, to notice, becoming the observer of the experience without judgment. Feeling all 4 corners of the feet as they root. Begin to find lightness in that right side, or on that left side. So all the weight coming to that right foot, opening the eyes to find a dristi, somewhere to focus the mind, focus the gaze, float the left knee. Now this knee can stay right here. So many options here. Rooting down into that right foot, or cross left knee or left ankle over right knee, sink the tail. Standing figure 4, crown is reaching towards sky. Back is as though you're sitting in the back of a chair or pressed up against the wall. Press the hands toward one another. Find that space within the body that you could focus, that dristi. All your attention goes there. All other distractions are shut out of the mind, shut out of the body. Breathe. One more deep breath in, finding length through crown. Exhale, maybe sinking a little deeper. Breathe in, float left knee. And breathe out, release that left foot to the earth. Take a moment to notice the difference between one side and the next. Just honoring that sense of present moment awareness, that sensation of the here, of the now. Rooting down, rise up, take a deep breath in. Take a sip at the top and release with a sigh, with a sound. Hands release, sweep up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. So hinging at the hips, melt navel toward thighs. Hands toward earth or to blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold the body. Plant the hands, step your way back to find plank pose. finding that lengthening quality from the spine all the way through the heels. Inhale, send tail up and back, downward facing dog. Give a pedal to the feet. Finding an exhale, rolling forward, find plank. Press earth away, separate blades from the back of the body, firm the belly. Breathe in, send the tail up and back, down dog. And breathe out, plank pose. Breathe in, send that tail back. Find that down dog shape. Feel that lengthened spine, deep breath. Exhale, plank, optional bend of the elbows, low plank. Hanging out here, lengthening through spine, elbows squeezed in toward ribs. One more deep breath. And find plank pose. Send tail up and back for downward facing dog, and then walk the feet to meet the hands. Finding that forward fold shape, releasing head, releasing neck, holding on to opposite elbows. Option, bring the hands behind the body, clasp hands. Hands moving up and overhead, bring chin to chest. Bring crown down toward earth, forehead moves towards shins. Taking a few breaths here. And wherever you may be, inviting in and that sense of appreciation for the body, for this moment, to feel, to experience sensation without judgment of what that sensation may be, just honoring what's present for you in this moment. Taking a deep breath into the space of the heart, of the back body. And wherever you may be, release the hands, sink the tail, bend the knees, bring the biceps to the ears. Find that Utkatasana chair shape. Tucking the tail, rolling shoulders open, soften the breath, find that space to focus. Notice sensation in the body without judging that sensation, feeling, experiencing, noticing, and with that understanding that change is the only and ever constant. This will pass into a new experience. Lift heels, come to tips of toes. Sink tail. Release heels, bring hands to heart center. Press earth away, rise. Close the eyes or soften the gaze. Rooting down to rise up through the crown. And releasing with a sigh, with a sound. Beginning to find that lightness, that weight on that left foot. That weight on the left foot, the lightness in the right. Finding that drishti point, that place to focus the body, float the right knee. Keeping the hands at heart center, cross that right ankle over the left knee, sink the tail, option. Flooding the body with breath, feel the shape. Noticing, experiencing this particular moment. All four corners of that left foot onto the earth. Notice that grounding sensation, that connection. One more deep breath in. Exhale, sink the tail. Press through that left foot, float the right knee. And release. Bring the hands to the heart. Take a moment to go in, to notice and to feel the experience. Feeling the heart pulse, the body lift, the chest rise, and soften on the exhale. Release hands out to sides, hands rise and fly overhead. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips, forward fold. Bringing hands to the earth or to blocks. Halfway lift on the inhale. Exhale, fold the body. Plant the hands, make your way onto your knees. And then bring the knees up toward wrists. Cross ankles behind one another. Send the tail back and bring those feet forward. Make your way onto your sits bones. Now that we've landed, go ahead and bring your hands underneath your thighs right underneath the knees. Open the heart space. Bring the blades together in the back of the body. Find that place on the sits bones where you feel the feet hover. Right, so finding that balancing space, firm the belly. The gaze is to the corner of the room, flooding the body with breath, feeling length in the spine. Hold here or place the hands out in front of the body. The palms face the sky. Holding the shape. Deepening the breath. Option to bring the hands up and overhead. Option to straighten the legs. At any time at all, if you feel any crunching in the spine or any rounding in the back, bring the hands back underneath the knees. Open the heart. And begin again. Taking a few deep breaths here. Breathing out, melt body all the way toward earth. Bring hands up and overhead. Give yourself a long, deep body stretch. Taking a deep breath in, noticing the body, feeling the earth below. That connection that you have with the earth, with all that is. That same energy moving through all things visible and invisible. Taking one more deep breath in, reaching toes forward, reaching hands up toward the back of the room, and releasing the breath, releasing the body with a sigh. Go ahead and bring the feet in toward the tail, the heels in toward tail, feet are hip width apart. Bring the hands to the sides, palms face down. Roll shoulders flat. Bring chin to chest. Spread fingers wide, press through feet, press through hands, lift tail. Extending those knees energetically to the front of the room, lift the navel up toward the sky, soften the face. Option, roll the shoulders under. Clasping the hands underneath the body. We'll take a few breaths here. All four corners of those feet, feel them anchored. Feel the hands guide the body up into this shape. Feeling this back bend. Noticing places in the body where you feel softness. Taking a few moments here. Fill the body with breath. Notice the heart space open wide. If the hands are clasped, release the hands, rolling the shoulders flat. Vertebra by vertebra. Lower the body all the way to the earth. One vertebra at a time. Noticing sensation as the tail reaches toward earth. When you finally have arrived, allow the feet to come to the width of the mat as the knees move inward. One hand placed on the heart, one hand on the belly. Taking a few moments to go in to notice that inner world, that inner landscape that creates outer experience. Not judging what you may find there, but that same knowing that change is the only and ever constant. How can you be present with what is, knowing that it will shift eventually to something new? Notice the breath on the inhale as the navel moves away from the back of the body. The ribs expand outward all the way into the chest. Holding the breath at the top to take another sip to fill, and releasing with a sigh, with a sound. Bring the right knee into the body, extend the left leg out long, reaching that left leg to the front of the room as you guide that right knee inward. Float right knee over to the left side, reach out with the right hand, look out over right fingertips. That right knee might not reach the earth, that's okay. Keep both shoulders onto the earth below. Take a deep breath into the right side body. Breathing in, both knees into the chest. Give a little rock from one side to the next. Noticing sensation on the lower back. Releasing the right leg long, squeezing the left knee into the body. That right leg reaching forward. Notice that right hip. Melt left knee over to right side. Reach out with the left hand. Look out over left fingertips. Deepening the breath into the left side. Feeling that expansion, that opening of the ribs as they move away. The exhale, the left knee toward earth. Breathe in, both knees into chest. Give a little rock. Squeeze those shins as the forehead comes up toward the knees. Take a deep breath. And as you release the breath, release the body all the way to the earth below, finding Shavasana. Making your way onto your back, if that feels okay. If there's another shape that calls to you, go ahead and do that. Honor your body's wisdom. Finding your way into your resting shape eventually. Finding a blanket or a cushion to support you as you rest the body into the earth, feeling that support. Closing the eyes, bringing the hands to the sides of the body, the palms face the sky to receive, to honor that sense of connection that you have. Inviting a deep breath into the spaces that may feel constricted or tightening, knowing the breath is the tool to expand not only the physical body, but in the mind. And as you breathe out, the body falls deeper and deeper into connection with the earth. Letting go. Allowing one more deep conscious breath within the space of the body to fill, to expand, and to release, to let go, to surrender with nothing left to do. And without having to open the eyes, bring your awareness to the space around you. Recalling the walls, recalling the objects, the textures within the room, the colors. As you begin to bring your awareness back to the space. Deepening the breath as you wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers, the awareness now traveling to your physical body. A gentle rock of the head from one side to the next. Allowing the knees to bend, roll to the left side. Allowing just a moment here to notice the experience, to honor what's present for you without any type of judgment. To feel the effects of the practice. And placing the hands on the earth as you guys guide the body back to seat. The hands resting at Anjali Mudra, allowing the eyes to remain closed or soft as we come back to that intention of gratitude. Cultivating that sense of gratitude within the body, within the shapes here on the mat, with the invitation to Extend that gratitude off of the mat in all of the different shapes that you take as you move around the world. Noticing people, noticing things, all the things around you that you can find to be grateful for, sending appreciation. And we'll end our practice together today by taking a deep breath in through the nose. And letting that out with a sigh or a sound. It is with deep love and gratitude for practicing with you today, friends. From the light in me to the light in you, namaste.